Move to Vietnam. It's cheap. You've heard it 1,000 times. And honestly, it's not wrong. A bowl of pho for $1.50, a beer for 75 cents, an apartment that would cost you $2,000 to $3,000 in America for around $500 to $1,000 here. It almost sounds too good to be true. And in some ways it is. Not because Vietnam isn't affordable, but because no one talks about the full picture. And I think that's doing people a disservice, so let's talk about it. The first thing people leave out, your life back home doesn't pause. Your student loans don't pause, your car payments don't pause, your phone plan, your subscriptions, your credit card payments, none of these pause. You're paying Vietnamese prices on the ground, but you're still carrying American or other Western country expenses in the background. And if you haven't done that math before you get on the plane, that $1.50 pho starts to feel a little more expensive. The second thing, most people who move here take a pay cut, a significant one. Teaching English is a common path that people take, and look, it's a real option and I'm definitely not knocking it, but if you're making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 back home, you're not making that here, not locally, not even close. Unless you already have remote work lined up or you're running something online, you are trading income for lifestyle. That may be worth it, I'm not saying it isn't, but go in knowing that. And then there's something that no one really says out loud. Time away has a cost that doesn't show up in a spreadsheet. Gaps on a resume get questioned, loan applications get complicated, career momentum is real, and it's hard to rebuild once you've stepped off that track. Again, maybe it's worth it, and for some people, I think it's absolutely worth it, but I've seen people come here thinking it's a gap year and come back 2 years later wondering why the doors aren't opening the way they used to. Here's where I land on all this though. And this is the part that other videos often don't fully expand upon enough. Some people get here and realize that this life fits them even better than the one they left. They find opportunities they didn't expect, they build connections, they discover they'd rather live a little below their means here than grind themselves to the ground back home, chasing something that never felt right anyway. And for those people, the setbacks was well worth every bit of it. I've had moments here where I questioned everything, where I looked at my bank account and thought, what am I doing? And I've had incredible once-in-a-lifetime moments with my wife and son where I thought I would do this 100 times over. Both of those things are true at the same time. So here's what I actually want you to take away from this. If you're thinking about moving to Vietnam, don't just watch the videos that show you the cheap food and the beautiful beaches. Do the math, the real math. Factor in what you're leaving behind, factor in what it costs to pause your life, and then ask yourself honestly, is the lemon worth the squeeze? For some of you, it absolutely is. For some of you, it isn't. And that's okay too. There's no shame in deciding that this isn't your move right now. But there is also no shame in taking the leap, knowing it might cost you something and deciding the experience is worth more than the security. We get one life that we know of. How you spend it is up to you.